Welcome to the NCAA College Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. It is a spectacular Friday afternoon, a little warm in the Pacific Northwest. Game one between the Florida State Seminoles and the number 8 national seed, the Oregon State Beavers. It is rocking at Goss Stadium, Coleman Field, as we look at the bracket. The pitch count gets elevated. And Whitney, at some point, as he matures as a pitcher, will figure out how to minimize its pitch count and work to the count. And he missed with the curveball. And he thought it was strike 3. Buddy out.
Yeah, it's tough, Bill, right? You know, you get to college baseball. You're playing at Oregon State with a Friday night guy. And you're looking to get big strikeouts. Like that strikeout you saw right there. There's the slider, little hanging slider up in the zone.
Gage Harrelson being held by Jacob Craig at first. Strike 3 called, a fastball at the knees. And Max Williams has gone looking. I don't think he agreed with Dave Susi, our plate umpire.
But he has 2 strikeouts. Opportunity here. Strikeout to side.
Shoots to the backstop from Whitney, and a wild pitch sends Gage Harrelson down to second base. That looked like it just slipped out of his hand, like the grip of the curveball, and it just floated. Wasn't on purpose either.
No, sir.
Called strike 3. Went with the curve, catches Miles Bailey looking. After leadoff walk, 3 straight strikeouts. The Noles go quietly.
Defense.
Easton Talt will lead it off for Oregon State. 272, 7 home runs. And the first pitch, and he skies it. Playable and right for Gage Harrelson. Waiting for it to come down. And one pitch takes care of Easton Talt. And that's a good start for Joey Bellini. He's from Kailua, Hawaii. 2 years at Washington, transferred to Oregon State, a roller to short. Charging. Alex Lodis handles it, and there's 2 outs.
About lineups, and you want to know how they're going to attack a pitcher. First pitch of the game was a swing by Talt. That gives you a good sign of what they're looking to do.
Over the mound, Drew Farrell ranging near the bag at second base, and he throws out Gavin Turley. A 7-pitch, 1-2, 3.
4th pitch on the way here in the second inning.
Swing and a miss, blew it by him, elevating a fastball. 94, and Fisher was well behind that one.
Yeah, how about it?
But it's been 50 at bats since he's run a walk.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He's an aggressive hitter, a guy that likes to swing it.
And sure enough, what does he do?
Attaboy, Roxy. Put it out there in the air.
Williams has multi-hits in 3 of the last 4 games coming in.
Swinging a hot bat. 18 stolen bases. Just his 30th start of the year.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevating. 5 strikeouts for Dax Whitney. 2 gone.
Is catching.
On the ground, past the sliding third baseman Trent Carraway. And the first ball in play by Florida State is a 1-hop liner down the left field side and 2 on.
Can score in these timely matters right now.
First hit since May 17th for Hankerson. In the air to right center field and deep. Hustling over is Easton Talt. He's at the wall. He leaps, and it's off the wall. Fired back in by Cannon Reeder. Around third, coming in, diving at the plate. Hankerson is out. Off the relay, but Florida State takes the lead as Drew Farrell scores for the Seminoles.
Nothing wrong with that send either. 2 outs, you are never, ever going to have an issue with making the last out at home plate, especially early on in a ball game. Just an incredible play by Arquette.
Swing and a miss. Weber chasing.
Runs, and then no problem. Next 7. Let me up that home run total more than doubles it.
Bellini, the 1-2. Ground ball to short. Alex Lodis scoops it up, rifles to first, and that's 5 up, 5 down for Bellini.
You're just guessing every pitch.
Abbreviated windup for the big lefty. Looped out toward right center. Going back with room is Max Williams, who makes the catch. 6 up, 6 down for Joey Bellini.
Do something that few, if any, have ever done. With all those road games and the hotels and the bus rides, go make a play. Tough one. You know, it's just been something that we look as a blessing and has made us stronger as not only
And the familyness of this program, you could see it throughout.
Alex Lodice, a liner to center. Gage Harrelson stops at second. The Seminoles have 2 on with nobody out. And the heart of the order coming up for Florida State.
Just 19 home games in the regular season.
Line to right at Easton Tall, backing up, makes the catch. Gage Harrelson tags, breaks for third, staying at first is Lodice. On a liner to right off the bat of Max Williams. Runners to the corners for Florida State, 1 out in the rest of the weekend.
Boy, did they ever.
Outscored their opponents 50-6. Curve, struck him out. Second time that Dax Whitney has gotten Miles Bailey, and that is huge for the freshman, Dax Whitney. The pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. 7 strikeouts for Dax Whitney, and he escapes the jam.
How about a young freshman? You need
homers last weekend. And he tops that one toward third. On a backhand, it gets past Cal Fisher. And trickles down the left field line, and Peterson is on. And the first base runner for Oregon State to lead off the bottom of the third. The big lefty, Joey Vellini. 6'4", 245 pounds. Redshirt junior from Tampa. And gets the pitch in there for a strike. Snapped off that breaking ball, and a beauty from Vellini. Second.
Big rest over the last month. Has him sharp.
Pass third. Fair ball. Down the line. Toward the corner. Chase Williams goes to dig it out. Tice Peterson being waved. Relay throw from Lodice. And they got him at the plate.
Behind him in Arquette. And Turley.
On the ground is short. Alex Lodice scoops it up, rockets to first. Talt is out. The Beavers are gone. 2 hits, but a great play. The relay from Alex Lodice. 1-2 on Drew Farreau. And a curve is bounced to first behind the bag. Handled by Jacob Craig. Takes it himself. One away in the...
Wow. I got to play with Darwin Barney up in Toronto for a bit. I know Joey Wong's on this staff. I remember watching them as kids.
Strike 3 called, and Chase Williams has gone looking. 8 strikeouts for Whitney. Curve, called strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Whitney, and a 1-2-3-4. He's retired 6 straight. 1-0 Seminoles to the home fourth we go. Vellini, the pitch, and reaching for a bouncer toward the middle of the diamond. Tough play, Drew Farreau, and not in time. Infield hit. Arquette legs it out, and it wasn't hit sharply, and that was a tough. Again, the payoff. Called strike 3. What a pitch from Joey Vellini. Snapped the breaking ball off, and that froze. Cleanup batter for the Beavers. Out toward left field and deep. Chase Williams going back to the alley. It's over his head, off the wall. Picked up by Max Williams around third. Arquette trying to score. And Oregon State has tied the game. Wilson Weber, an RBI double, and it's 1-1.
He now flip in the middle of this inning and answer.
Line drive, left field, sinking. Good break on it by Chase Williams for the catch. And Caraway with a rocket and a great snag out there and left by Williams, and back from the state of Arizona. There's how deep Chase Williams is playing in left. And they called a balk. And Joey Vellini called for a balk, and now taking up his case with Darren Hyman, the second base umpire, and now Link Jarrett coming out. This is to talk about.
Comes in play for Oregon State, but Vellini, big opportunity. Get out of this inning here.
Ground ball to second, routine for Drew Farreau. Fields slings it onto first. Beavers are gone, they tie it. A run on 2 hits. We are
actually has gotten better.
Pops this one up into right. Easton Tall coming in, still charging in. And he makes a one-handed catch, and Whitney's retired 7 in a row as he look at the bracket.
Start this inning. Another 3-2 at bat. Gage Harrelson continuing to fight.
And he walks him for the second time in the 7th full count that Whitney has gone to. And Harrelson reaches for the 3rd consecutive play. Weathered that long delay of 2 hours, 19 minutes as Bellini started that game for the Seminoles. Then beat Mississippi State twice. Strike 3 called outside edge, and Lodis didn't agree. 10 strikeouts for Dax Whitney.
Keljo coming out of the pen. You can tell he's fired up. 97s throughout this inning.
Runner will go from first. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out, elevating a fastball. And Keljo fans Max Williams to end the top. Former outstanding shortstop for Florida State, and the head coach now coming back to his alma mater. And there's some of the similarities. You look at the numbers. Swing and a miss, the breaking ball again from Bellini as he gets Tice Peterson swinging.
These squads, 982 fielding percentage.
Reeder lays one down. Bellini took too much time to get rid of it. And a bunt hit and a one-out base runner for Oregon State in the last of the 5th inning.
Yeah, they're similar, but the one thing that
wall and left where Tice Peterson was thrown out on that magnificent relay from Alex Lodis. And speaking of magnificent plays, that was not easy, and Cal Fisher made it look easy. The 3rd baseman for Florida State, 2 outs.
Man, he has the look. The East Coast, it's a dirt mound.
Tall pushes a bunt. Charging at second, Drew Farrow has no play. Bunt hit for Talt, and the Beavs using the small ball for 2 bunt hits at runners at the corners for Iva Arquette.
Yeah, and there you have it. Iva Arquette yet to bite. Runner on first base with 2 outs here is going to be in motion.
Got him, struck him out. And a huge pump of the fist, and Bellini escapes. The second baseman, Singer, out in shallow right. And Bailey clubs one out toward deep right center. Way back there, and it is gone, and Florida State has the lead. It continues in the postseason for Miles Bailey. 2-1 Seminoles. Cal Fisher turns one around and a sharp single out toward left center. And Fisher reaches, but one more look at the 18th home run of the season for Miles Bailey.
Boy, oh boy, fastball up in the zone. Keljo trying to go away with that pitch. Runs it on the inner half. And that is the cookie zone for Miles Bailey. Just simple, man. Not a lot of movement. Early leg kick. And you hear it. It's just different.
Here is Drew Farrow, who's walked and grounded. Reaching for it, fly ball playable and right for Easton Talt. Over and in, and Talt puts it away with one hand, and Fisher back to first, one gone.
Chase struck out today, 2 fastballs. Once again in a 2-strike count. Just was beat with the fastball right there. You know it's in the back of his mind.
Another big swing and a miss, and Williams down on strike. Second strikeout for Keljo. 2 gone with Fisher at first. Switched his commitment from South Bend to Tallahassee.
Hey, roll with this guy. A lot of times when you commit, you're committing to the head coach. Link leaves. Lamalier follows.
Swing and a miss. Keljo got him.
This strike zone today has not given a lot of pitches on the inner half of the plate to righties. The outer half of the plate has been there all game long.
3-2. And strike 3 called, snaps off the curve, and Turley looking back in disbelief.
Play more. He's got 4 quality pitches.
Popped up a mile high at second base. Drew Farrow taking charge. And he makes a one-handed grab, and there's 2 outs.
Play for the legend, Mike Martin.
Chopper charging a third. Cal Fisher fields quickly, gets rid of it, and guns out Caraway. And Bellini works through a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. On to the 7th. Out, Tice Peterson trying to score on a double from Jacob Craig. Line to left in a two-hit game for Carnes. Takes a wide turn, stumbles a bit around first, goes back. And a leadoff base runner for Florida State, their 7th hit. And they have a start here in the 7th.
A guy into scoring position, knowing how hard that is to do against this tough pitching staff.
And how big one run could be in this game. Chopped to second base. A.J. Singer waits on a high bounce. Looks at second as no play and throws out Harrelson. And Carnes gets to second, one out.
Give him any freebies here.
Skied by Lodis behind first, twisting toward the stands. And Jacob Craig has a play. It hung in there, and a slight breeze blowing out toward left may have pushed it back. And Jacob Craig up against that side fence. Pitch. Line the other way, and a base hit for Max Williams. Around third, here comes Carnes. Charlie's throw to the plate, not in time. Throw down to first. Williams is out, but the run scores for Florida State. 2-out RBI single. Max Williams then caught too far off second. He is out, but the run scores, and it's 3-1 Florida State as we're stretching in Corvallis.
In the regional.
Fly ball to left. Williams going back. Up against the fence. He leaps, and it's off the wall. That 14-foot high wall in left, and a fly ball that carried, and Singer ends up at second. And the Beavers a leadoff double to open up the home 7th.
Ball incredibly hard to stay back long enough to hit that ball to the right side.
Joey Vellini. The pitch. Called strike 3. 7th strikeout as Vellini snapped the curveball off.
The high for Joey. 104 on the way right now, but it's been that big breaking ball.
Got him with the breaking ball. Just falls off the table for Vellini. His 8th strikeout, 2 gone in the last of the 7th.
More success this year, 9 of his 13 home runs. Knowles going with the righty here against him.
Craig swings in a fly ball center field. Max Williams has room, makes the catch, reaching the rim of the warning track, and Oregon State is gone. First pitch, fly ball. Backing up in center, Cannon Reeder settles under it. And he makes a one-handed catch to take care of Bailey, 1 out.
Tough on right-handed hitters are these sidearm guys, but you got 2 lefties coming up behind them. Drew Farrow and Chase Williams.
Swing and a miss, tied him up. He gets the strikeout. 2 outs in the 8th. Which is a catcher last year for a catcher, Mitch Canham. Farrow gets into one. Deep right center field. Back, and it is off the wall. The Karam chasing after it. Easton Talt, the right fielder, gets to it. And that's just off the top of the fence to the right of dead center. And Drew Farrow with a double. And time is called. And they're putting Williams on here. So they're going to intentionally walk Chase Williams and take their chances with Brody DeLamielleure.
I couldn't agree more with that move. It's just so tough on right-handed hitters. It's a dream for lefties. And you play the matchup game here.
In the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2007. Ground ball right side and through for Brody DeLamielleure. Around third, here comes Farrow. Throw goes to third to try to get Williams. He is out, and the run will count. Out with the throw to third by Easton Talt, but the run scores for Florida State, and another 2-out RBI, but running into another out. 4-1 Seminoles.
Man, oh man, this is why at second base you never, ever, ever take a play for granted. Sure, you're going to score easily, but you better run hard in an absolute dart to third base to get Chase Williams. But Farrow, give him a ton of credit. Ran hard, touched home plate just in time. Knowles.
Again, the pitch to Talt. Swinging a ball, popped up. Charles will win the battle as Lodis backpedaling. Drifting with it, Lodis puts it away. Out number 1 to super regional play.
Yeah, over on the East Coast, there's a big fight. ACC and the SEC and the ACC is on a roll this year.
Arquette chases the pitch and a big pump with a fist. Joe Charles gets the dangerous eyeball. During the regular season, an ERA up near 6 and a whip of over 1.5. But how good their bullpen has been in the NCAA tournament.
Yes, without question.
Charles, strike three. 1, 2, 3 go the Beavers.
But it's the timely hitting, and it's coming up with those clutch hits at the biggest moments. Florida State's done that today.
Routine in center as Hunter Carnes sends one out to Cannon Reeder. And there's one gone here in the top of the ninth.
With the last 3 outs of the game, those are the hardest 3 outs to get in the game of baseball, but the bullpen delivers in those moments.
On the ground, close play at first, the stretch by Jacob Craig, and Iva Arquette gets the out at first to take care of Gage Harrell. 1 and 2, the pitch to O'D. Swing and a miss. Hutchinson elevates, gets the strikeout, and the side is retired. Florida State carries a 3-run lead to the bottom of the ninth as they try to take game.
Big time key.
Line drive and a start for Oregon State in the ninth. Gets past the sliding. Williams all the way to the wall. And picking it up and firing it in, Max Williams, the center fielder, as Chase Williams went to slide and cut. Joe Charles. The pitch. Strike three called. And Caraway has gone looking. Singer, ground ball toward the hole. Lodis gets in front of it. Throws to first. Singer is out. Weber stays at second base, and there's 2 gone in the ninth. And Tice Peterson coming up for Oregon State. Charles, the pitch. And it's ball 4, and Oregon State will get the tying run to the plate. The pinch hit appearance in Hubbard draws a walk, and Hubbard heads down to first base.
Dugout, seeing a lot of breaking balls come to these hitters today as he's selling out for it.
Macias, line drive, base hit to right. Gage Harrelson fields. They're going to hold the runner at third as Weber stays there. Up to second goes Hubbard, and a sharp single for Macias to load the bases for Jacob Craig this afternoon. Gets away from the catcher Carnes, and a wild pitch brings in a run. Now the tying run out there at second base in scoring position with 2 outs. 4-2 Florida State.
And this crowd is feeling
Theater in Corvallis. Line drive to left. That's a hit over toward the line, and Oregon State will tie the game. Jacob Craig, a 2-run single with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the ninth, and we're knotted at 4.
clutch, baby, clutch. How about that piece of hitting right there from Craig? A lot of breaking balls. He gets one on the inner half of the plate, up in the zone just enough. He said 10 for 15, guys on third base.
Everybody standing in Corvallis. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Harrelson back at the track, halfway onto the track, puts it away. And we're going to extras in game 1. Taub just missed.
Yes, he did.
4-4 to the 4 strikeouts. In the air, left center field. Playable for the new center fielder is Dallas Macias roaming over. And he makes the catch, out number 1 in the 10th.
And a good start there from Kellen Oakes. Big fastballs.
The pitch. Bailey in the air, right center field, hustling over. Easton Talt on the move is able to track it down. There's 2 gone. Bailey just missed that one.
Just missed. Got in on the handle just enough to keep that.
Old, but it has been high drama from the outset. Fisher, line drive into center and a single, and he barks something into his dugout to get the guys going, and Cal Fisher with a solid line drive in his second hit. A Florida State record for hits and at-bats. Consecutive at-bats, but a weak grounder right side. Backhanded Jacob Craig. Underhands, Oakes tries to find the bag, and he does, and out at first base. It's Drew Farrow. The struggle was real for Kellen Oakes, but he found first base.
Yes, he's...
Line drive, and the winning run is on for Oregon State. Cut off on a backhand, now it gets second base to lead off the bottom of the 10th. Abraham on the ground, sliding stop at short. Lodis holds onto it, and there's runners at the corners with nobody out, an infield hit. Lodis saved the winning run for the time being. That gets past him, the ball game is over.
What a play out at short in
Game 1. Check swing tapper in front of the plate. Picked up by Carnes, covers the plate and tags the plate with his glove for the out. And that was a huge play for Florida State.
Absolutely incredible play right there by
Hunt. Singer, the bases loaded for Oregon State. John Abraham. In the air, center field, that'll win it for the Beavers. Oregon State has walked off Florida State to take game 1. The Beavers made it tough on themselves last week, having to come through the loser's bracket to win the Corvallis Regional. They made it tough on themselves today. But as Mitch Canham told us, Devin, yesterday, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yep, and it just looks to be that way. Is this the year of the Beat? Again, a team that just kept fighting.
Take a look at today's Capital One rewarding performance and the Oregon State comeback to win it in 10. And the game-winning hit from A.J. Singer with 1 out of the bottom of the 10th, driving in Gavin Turley with the winning run.
How about these Beavers, man? 1 out to go in this ball game. Never stop fighting. The hardest out to get in the game of baseball is the very last out. And these Beavers, they just kept coming.
The elation for Oregon State and the shock and frustration on the other side for Florida State.